Kind thanks go to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring today's episode. SpaceX Starship Updates and Crew Dragon Demo 2, the final countdown. My name is Felix and I am your host for today's episode of What About It. And as always, there has been a lot going on in the space industry lately, so let's dive right in. Starship Updates. South Texas, the land of the flying water towers. The Starship program without a doubt can be called unique. Speed, scale, a very different spacecraft, and an idea with an unmatched scope to colonize Mars. After last week's static fire involving Starship serial number 4, SpaceX workers were very cautious. The pad was clear for almost 2 days. On Thursday, just before I released my last episode, work was finally picked up again at the launch site. The reason for the long downtime? Unknown. But one possible reason could be that the propellant and oxidizer tanks couldn't properly be emptied. If there are still methane and oxygen in the tanks, it's not safe for people to get close. Here's a picture of the valve that caused the problem. It's most likely a valve connected to the methane tank, and it just kept on leaking methane, implying that it was faulty or got damaged while the static fire was going on. The damage done to Starship serial number 4 seems to be minimal though. The burn marks on the outside do not look severe. Stainless steel can withstand very high temperatures before getting structural damage. Some of the insulation on the test stand frame got burned, but that's easily replaced. Probably the most serious damage was caused on the right side. There are cable looms along the side of the hull and some of them seem to have been damaged. But workers are already on it replacing the cables and getting Starship serial number 4 ready for the hop. Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr. has released a public notice on May 21st for more test dates on May 28th, 29th and June 1st, between 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. local time. The guessing game continues and there is still no FAA permit yet. Serial number 4 is being fixed as we speak and the static fire can be called a success. Everything is set for the hop. There's one more thing I want to show you though before we leave towards the construction site. Here you can see the landing pad, intended as the target for serial number 4's first hop. It's growing quite a bit. The reason is yet to be found, but it might just be that Elon Musk wants a bigger safety margin for his Starship. Concrete pouring is already done, and so Starship serial number 4 won't have to be as precise for its first flight training. On we go to the construction site. Remember the many nose cones SpaceX is stashing in Boca Chica? One of them got a bit shorter. The nose cone sitting next to the Mark I fairing section first got moved around and then workers started cutting it from the bottom. It's not clear yet why this was done. Either they are scrapping it or it's a rather rough modification. We'll have to wait and see. And here we are again with a super close-up, again shot by Cooper Hime with his 2000mm lens. It shows the opening on serial number 5's nose cone. And since it's so close, we can actually make out some more details. It's some sort of valve or hinge. The hinge, in my opinion, is too small and fragile to have anything to do with canard fin mounting. But it could be a flexible connection of some sort. Maybe related to actuators? It definitely doesn't look like a normal venting port to me. And here's something curious in the recently finished large building. There are some sort of plates sitting there, curved on top and either sitting on a large stand or they have a structure attached to them. I have been staring at this picture for a good hour, wondering what it could be. Aero surfaces? Legs? Hold-down clamps for a Starship on the launch stand? Flame diverters? There's just too little information here, but I still wanted to show you this shot as it's particularly curious to me. The nose cone skirt for serial number 5 is done. So now serial number 5 is down to 3 large parts. The tank section, the nose cone skirt and the nose itself. Is a stack imminent? Will it receive fins after the stacking? There are still plenty of open questions when it comes to number 5. Work on the tank stack is continuing at a fast pace too. More and more cable looms, plumbing and systems are integrated on a daily basis. Starship prototypes are getting more complex with each version. Last but not least, I want to show you the recently updated SpaceX homepage. Besides giving the website a new and very good looking design, the Starship section is of particular interest. There are a few really nice unseen renders here. This one, for example, is a really detailed 3D render of a Raptor engine. The last one we got from SpaceX was from 2016, so this is a huge step forward. A beauty of an engine, and even better looking in this shiny silver color. And here's another Raptor engine render that you can't find on the website. Buried in the page's code, it becomes visible only through an HTML editor. I did it for you so you don't have to dig. I present you the RVac, or Vacuum Raptor. With its much larger bell, it is optimized for space. Or actually, in Raptor's case, for space with the option of being able to fire at sea level. For this, SpaceX is not going for the full diameter vacuum nozzle, which would be even larger. To be able to, in an emergency, fire the Raptor at sea level as well, SpaceX is using smaller nozzles instead of the typical gigantic vacuum ones. As a side effect, this leaves more room inside the Starship's engine skirt for legs and cargo compartments. It's of course not clear yet if this is just a placeholder or the real deal, but it's a nice preview anyway. On we go with another really interesting one. This is a Starship with an open clamshell cargo bay, nicknamed the Chomper by the community. Looks remarkably similar to the Spectre spacecraft from James Bond, so nothing we haven't seen yet, right? Up close though, it reveals an updated detail. It now has the header tank and the nose tip. This is a solid indicator for SpaceX probably never getting rid of the small tank. It's very important for the center of mass of the vehicle, and now, for the first time, it's integrated on an official render. And here's a community question. What is the payload in the render? It looks like some sort of inflatable habitat or a space telescope maybe. If anyone has a solid answer, let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested. And if you want to get more info about SpaceX's Starship development, details about what exactly they're doing, and lots of other interesting insights into Blue Origin, NASA, Rocket Lab and many other launch providers and their rockets, I suggest you check out my quickly growing library of episodes. Here you can find tons of content about reusable rockets, SLS, the Artemis program and anything else space related. While you're at it, do not forget to hit the like button wherever you see it, and please do subscribe if you have not done so yet. This shows the YouTube algorithm that you actually appreciate my work, and in return enables me to make more content for you. Thank you. That's it. Another Starship update done, and another long one too. SpaceX's progress in Boca Chica keeps impressing, and I'd actually need around 3 episodes right now to cover everything I'd like to. A good way to get some extra updates that mostly don't make it into my episodes is to either become a Patreon or YouTube member, or for those who do not want to spend that extra $1 per month, follow me on Twitter. I tweet daily about the latest and greatest in space and science. Crew Dragon Demo 2, the final countdown. We're on the final stretch, just 2 more days, and I'm sure many of us right now can't wait anymore for the big launch. The launch that will open up crewed flight for the United States again. After 9 years of drought, SpaceX is enabling the United States and NASA again to send astronauts to space from their own soil, and I can't wait to see it. And NASA and SpaceX are very busy, following a clockwork-like plan to get the last steps done before the launch. After passing NASA's flight readiness review last Friday, the stacked Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon got rolled out onto Pad 39A and lifted up into a vertical position. We'll go for launch, and the Falcon is ready to fly. It has something majestic to see all the work that got put into this flight packed together in one vehicle rolling out to the launch pad. And SpaceX didn't wait long to test the stacked rocket one last time before the launch. The static fire came and passed without any problems. Good ignition and burn. Falcon 9 is ready for its destiny. Well done to everyone who has been involved in making this happen. Tension is rising. Today, SpaceX is conducting a launch readiness review to go over the data and results from the test firing on Friday and the crew dry dress rehearsal on Saturday. If all looks good, preparations will proceed toward launch of the first orbital crewed mission from Kennedy Space Center in nearly 9 years at 4:33 p.m. EDT or 20:33 UTC on Wednesday. And if you don't know yet, I have something special planned for the launch. Since it's also my 1-year channel anniversary, I teamed up with some absolutely awesome guests and a co-host to sweeten the launch for you. I've also prepared a special 1-year anniversary trailer, which will premiere on the stream for everyone who's not a patron or a YouTube member. I am doing a multi-channel stream with TJ from I Need More Space, and we have quite the lineup of guests too. Amy Shearer title, book author, podcaster, and the host of Vintage Space is joining us. Emily Calandrelli, TV host and YouTuber, is joining us. And finally, Joe Barnard, YouTuber and amateur rocket engineer, is with us to talk about the technical aspects of how to get astronauts into space. Make sure to set a reminder and get yourself ready for one epic day of rocket history. And I've prepared some proper clothing to celebrate the occasion. If you're still looking for the right shirt to show your enthusiasm, go check out my merch store and make sure to use the code MERCH4ALL to get 10% discount not only on the Crew Dragon shirts. Link is in the description. SpaceX and NASA are going through incredible efforts to make sure that this launch is as safe as it could possibly be. Well-trained astronauts, hundreds of tests and safety reviews, years of planning and development, and there's a very good reason for it. This time the payload is human. Safety is a very important aspect in life. You want to make sure that everything is going to go the way you planned it. This is not only true for a rocket launch, but for many aspects in life. Take for example online security. Today's sponsor might be the missing tool for you. Data, identity theft, traceability, intrusive advertising and geo-blocking. Those are realities almost everyone has been confronted with when moving about in the digital world. And those who want to destroy our fun are waiting behind every corner. Surfshark VPN makes it just a little bit harder for them to get you, and if you're a harder target, they'll go somewhere else. Or do you need some more distraction while you're socially separated and you've watched all the good content on Netflix and Disney Plus already? Surfshark can help there too by removing the so-called geo-block from your account. All streaming services have different catalogs in different countries. What if you could watch them all? Just activate your VPN, refresh the page, and you're safe for at least another 6 months of being logged in. I use Surfshark every day. It automatically starts up whenever I start my PC, and whenever I need it, I activate it with just one click. Use my code to get 85% off plus 1 extra month for free, and at the same time support What About It. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is no risk. Surf with your own set of rules. Links in the description. So this wraps up today's episode of What About It? What are those 4 plates for, and what are your feelings for Demo 2? As always, tell me in the comments. And here we are again at the Patreon and YouTube member shoutout. This is where I take the time to thank some very important people. Over 500 people from all over the world are supporting what you just saw. Content about space and science brought to you twice a week with the help of some absolutely awesome people. Helping, supporting, and discussing on our Discord server. Without these people, What About It would just not be the same. And so I'm making sure to thank them twice a week for what they are doing for me and my team. So show some love for them in the comments and maybe even consider becoming one yourself. And as on every single episode, there are new members on the team. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Lee Hart, Arve Knudsen, M. David Johnson, Toy Walker, Mark Davis, Starship Matt, Orhan Ertughul, Dr. Ansgar Eberle, Markus Müller, and many others. You rock! And last but certainly not least, we're at the team shoutout. I honestly don't know how I could do all of this without this very special bunch forming the inner core of what's happening on our channel. There's a whole world of management, discussions, ideas and planning behind the show, and these people do it all. They help me on every step, and so I make sure to give them the attention they certainly deserve. Today I want to give a special shout out to Sammy, aka Stinger NSW. You stood next to me when I went to see the Starhopper, you organized interviews, did research for every launch stream, and you've cheered me up many times. Thank you, Sammy, you rock! Thank you for watching this episode of What About It, and now would be the appropriate time to hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell button to actually receive a notification when I do my uploads. It's a version of support that doesn't cost a penny, and it does help me to produce more and better content. And if you do want to spend your money, consider becoming a patron and get insights into the production of What About It and chat with me on the Discord. Or you could buy yourself a new shirt on our merchandise store and look like me. There are plenty original designs available in good quality for a low price, made by a space nerd for other space nerds. It all helps me to give you the latest and greatest about space and science. I hope to see you on the next episode. Until then, have a great time. South Texas. It's starting to rain. Crew Dragon Demo 2. Rock Engineer. And last but not... I did it for you, lip-de-doo.